Meta, Facebook announced they're getting rid of all of their DEI programs. More of Mark Zuckerberg kissing the ass of Donald Trump. Dealing with supply diversity, dealing with hiring, you name it, they're getting rid of all of it. Goes to show you they never gave a damn about it in the first place. That's what Isaac Hayes III, the founder of Fanbase, said in this video. All right, let me pull the video up. Because so what I have to understand what's going on is all of these companies are doing all of they can to kiss up to Donald Trump and the right wing. And so, I mean, that's all they're doing. So they're going to keep doing that. And so let me play for you. This is what Isaac said. Go.
Today, Meta and Mark Zuckerberg announced the termination of their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, just days after loosening their content moderation policies. This is a problem that must be addressed. Social media is supposed to be a place where everyone is seen, heard, and respected. This must not only be reflected in what happens inside the app, but also what happens inside the company. A company's commitment to diverse representation should not change because of political administration, profits, or because it's just good PR. That just shows us that these apps never cared about or respected diversity, equity, and inclusion, as long as it can be exploited for their financial gain. But now you know how they feel. So let me tell you how I feel. Fanbase was born out of the need for a new generation of social apps that don't suppress voices, encourage free speech, offer monetization for anyone to start earning revenue from the content they create, and reflect the diverse communities of this country. We just don't talk about inclusivity, we live it. We believe all creators deserve ownership, respect, and real opportunities to succeed. We are designed to give power back to the people who make the culture happen, not only by giving you the chance to own a piece of the platform, but by valuing every user, every voice, and every story. Diversity is not a trend for us. It's the foundation of who we are, and we will never step back from it. We are eternally committed to building an inclusive and supportive space for all. But now, it's time for action. It's time to bring your passion, creativity, personality, talent, and community to Fanbase. I want you to download Fanbase right now and tell the world the future belongs to you. With every download, we rise on app stores, gaining visibility for the movement that's already in motion. Your download is more than a decision, it's a declaration that what's happening is not okay, and that you have a choice to go places where you are appreciated, accepted, and respected. We won't stand for platforms that turn their backs on the very people that built them. At Fanbase, we see you, we hear you, and we're here for you. Together we can rise, thrive, and create a world that truly reflects the power of all.
Just note here to my panelists, which I thought is pretty interesting. He said, because of Facebook and Instagram ending DEI and the possible TikTok ban, Fanbase has had the largest one-day growth ever in the history of the app. Here's the whole deal. These companies are kissing the ass of Donald Trump. And so here's the deal, Michael. Enough of this. What did Dr. King say April 3rd, 1968? He said, we don't have to throw one Molotov cocktail. We don't have to start any riot. He said, all we have to do is simply retreat, pull our money. In this case, this is where we as black folks say, Mark Zuckerberg, you can kiss our ass. We're going to go from Facebook over to Fanbase. I said before, that one of the things that Fanbase will launch, because they're in the middle of a $17 million raise. They've raised 4.9 million. Once they hit 5 million, they're going to be able to have the money to have the engineers and launch something called Spark, which will be their Twitter functionality. And so just like how to utilize Facebook, they can do that. This is important because what has to happen is our people have to make a decision that we're not going to just keep sitting here going back and getting abused. This change is so pathetic. They literally, supplier diversity, which means contracts. They're like, oh yeah, no, we're good. All that, that's gone. Oh, they're no longer going to require a diverse candidate pool to be interviewed. Mark Zuckerberg is simply bending over and he's saying, give it to me, Donald. That's what he's doing.
Yep. Hashtag punk mother Zucker. Okay. Make that trend. Punk mother Zucker. Now, this whole thing is spelled out in Project 2025 also, Roland. As you know, the attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion is going to intensify under a second Trump administration. It started with the attack on critical race theory in the first Trump administration, and it has continued, and they're going after corporations. We've seen Walmart, we've seen some in the auto industry, Facebook most recently, and I downloaded Fanbase, so I'll be posting on my social media platforms. I got 1 million followers on Facebook, the African History Network. I'm going to try to migrate people from there over to Fanbase, but redistribute the pain through targeted, sustained economic withdrawal strategies. This is what Dr. King said April 3rd, 1968 in his speech, I've Been to the Mountaintop. People need to go on YouTube, listen to the entire speech, because he lays out an economic blueprint for African Americans. But yeah, Fanbase that's what we need to focus on, support, set up, migrate over to that platform and invest in it as well.
This is what I keep trying to explain to people, Nola. If they don't understand, when you see all of these companies announcing these DEI rollbacks, this isn't just about jobs. The area that jumps out the most is business diversity, supplier diversity. That's contracts. Because again, when you're talking about Black-owned businesses being able to get contracts, now we're able to grow our businesses. We hire other people, not just one person getting hired. That's what's going on here. And these folks, that's the game that they're playing. And again, Zuckerberg, who's worth billions, is doing everything to kiss Trump's ass. Oh, he was whining today about, the media on Joe Rogan, the media, how they were just coming after me. I mean, he has done a complete capitulation. I mean, look, matter of fact, we should go ahead and play Ice Cube's No Vaseline for Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, I said it. Go ahead.
I'm not a mean person. I am not a mean person.
I'm petty. I ain't mean, but I'm petty.
I'm trying to understand the new look. The fro, the little chain. He looked like a background person from like a black exploitation movie from the 70s. Like, he's going through something, is what I'm saying. I don't know what this version of him is. He may not know what this version of him is, but it's not a good look. I have not been on Facebook in buku years, and I'm happy that I left. I am on Instagram and Threads, and I also do have a Fanbase account that I will spend more time cultivating. Look at what is going on with this look. What is
That's his Justin Timberlake look. That's Justin Timberlake.
Is that what that is? Justin Timberlake don't even look like that no more. He going through something, y'all. I don't know what it is. But anyhow, Roland, to your point, I had threaded or put on Blue Sky the other day something about, we are not powerless, that the billionaires get to be in their yachts because we are consumers of their products. We are not powerless, especially in the Black community where we spend dollars, where we are on social media the most, where we create content the most. We need to be where we are appreciated. And, Charlotte Clymer had tweeted something earlier that, it's going to be a circle back for all of them. It's going to be a circle back for all of them. And then they're going to try to say, oh, well, that was a different time. We didn't mean what we said. They are going to need the DEIs again. And, I want to say one thing about the whole DEI thing that has become a cuss word, that has become a slur against Black people. The one thing that I fear is when I think about what they're going to put Karen Bass through in California, what I think about what they have done to those women in the leadership roles, the firefighters in California, how they have labeled DEI as something that is automatically that you are automatically unqualified if you are not a white male, which is something that pretty much Scott Jennings said on CNN the other night. How do we counter this? I keep coming back to this. How do we counter these sorts of attacks? How is it okay to every person, every Black, brown person, every LGBTQIA person, you can just call DEI as if it's a slur, as if you are automatically unqualified? What is the counter to this? I will keep asking this question until we collectively come up with something.
Well, there's only one counter. Matt, there's only one counter. It is to penalize people economically. But that actually requires Black people having the guts and the unity and the collective thinking to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that's correct. And what I don't understand about this, that I think is a very interesting study in power, if you will, is if you're a billionaire, if you're Mark Zuckerberg or you're somebody with that kind of gravitas, if you will.
No, who has FU money?
Why do you ever capitulate to Trump, right? Because Trump is always trying to put out that he's powerful, right? But you look at Musk, you look at Zuckerberg, you look at these mediocre but extraordinarily wealthy people who are in that echelon, at least financially. Like, why would you ever capitulate? I don't understand what the strategic move is here beyond, I guess, some concern of the government reining in Meta. I mean, obviously it's about money. I don't know where it ends with the money, but I just don't understand why Zuckerberg would do this, because to me, it seems to be counterintuitive to his business goals. It seems like if you not only continue DEI, but if you continue to fact check and you continue to do anything that puts into controversy, the conversations on social media, that probably is monetizable for you. So I don't understand the long-term strategy of this beyond maybe cozying up to power, but it seems like they've got enough, he at least has enough power on his own to not have to capitulate to Trump. And I just don't understand why you play it this way. Also, I want to say, Nola, this is the Malibu's most wanted. That's what you're seeing with Mark Zuckerberg. It's the Malibu's most wanted.
Hi, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Fanbase is a free to download, free to use, next generation social media platform that allows anyone to have followers and subscribers on the same page. Fanbase was built through investment dollars from equity crowdfunding from the Jobs Act. People just like you help build Fanbase, and we're looking for more people to help build Fanbase. We are currently raising $17 million in a Regulation 8 crowdfund on Start Engine. We've already crossed $2.1 million, but we're looking to raise more capital from people just like you that deserve the opportunity to invest in early stage startups without having to be accredited investors. So right now, I'd like you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase right now, today. And then use Fanbase to connect with friends, grow your audience, and be you without limits.